Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the moment you all been waiting for. The second annual Tennessee Performance League College Football Playoff National Championship. I am Hale State, joined alongside in the booth by always Joker and the Soaps, with the great one Jake on the sideline. I'll throw it over to you, Joker, first here. What are the keys to victory here for the Ole Miss Rebels?
For me, the little things. You can't be going for fake punts and stuff. Gonna have to just do what you do best and try not to get a little bit trolly to win this game.
Yeah, I also agree. We'll go over to my Soaps for the counter question here. What are the keys to victory here for the Oregon Ducks? How do they get Dylan Gabriel going in this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think you answered your own question right there. You know, just getting Dylan Gabriel in a good flow. A lot of people doubted the Ducks, I think, after that loss against Tennessee early on in the season. But and then there was Mickey schedule allegations as well in there throughout the regular season. But he's shown up in the playoffs in a big way and is ready to compete for a title here against Ole Miss. But I think you answered your own question. Like I said, Dylan Gabriel was key here, just getting him going early and seeing what he can do.
All right, well, we are going to load in to this one. I do think that, honestly, the difference maker for this game will be the Ole Miss defensive front. We've seen the D-line be causing people problems all year, and I think that if Oregon can find a way to sort of neutralize Nolan, you neutralize Princely, I think you got a shot at this one, as we're going to... Where are we? We're at Atlanta at the best stadium in the National Football League, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. As here come the Rebels.
But can't agree that they have the best team, you know.
Well, that's a whole different story. As here come the Oregon Ducks. I'm sure that on y'all's screen they're not wearing the same uniforms we are, but here they are.
We're in the yellow and black on my screen there as we see the Duck holding up the O in the end zone here in Mercedes-Benz. We've got a good game ahead of us, folks. Ole Miss and Oregon.
Oh, I love the
number
gold, black
4
and gold.
and 2 seed.
Yes, the black and gold overlay for the national championship. Ladies and gentlemen, it will be Oregon receiving the kickoff here as we are underway here to crown a champion in Tennessee Performance League, as that one will not be returned and Mayhem will take it at the 25.
One thing to ask you guys, we never got to picks. Who do we have winning this at the end of the day?
Well, mine's a little personal bias, but I made an oath a long time ago I'd never pick Ole Miss for anything. So I'm going to go Oregon by a score of 28-23, as there's a big strike right there from Dylan Gabriel. We talked about it in the pregame. Got to get him going early. He's got a big strike for a first down, but we'll throw it over to you, Soaps, for your pick.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with the fellow SEC contender in Ole Miss. He had an embarrassing loss in Oxford to Georgia earlier this season and then just scraped by me in the playoffs. So I think he deserves to be here. Let's see if he shows up.
As that screen pass going to be shut out now, Joker, wrap up our pregame picks.
Yeah, I'm going to go sticking with the Big Ten, and I'm going to go with Oregon. I feel like the mistakes that Ole Miss are going to make in this game are going to be enough for Oregon to get the win for the Big Ten.
All right, yes, we're not only playing for user supremacy, this is for conference supremacy as well. This is Big Ten champion versus SEC champion. The two conferences that are often on top of the college football mountaintop are battling out for it once again. The SEC usually has the Big Ten's number in these big games, historically at least. But we shall see if that trend is reversed, as Gabriel is lined up in shotgun formation with Whittington to his right. And he's going to go to him out of the backfield, and Whittington's going to get pulled down out there for a gain of 4. So we see the running backs being heavily involved in this passing game. That's usually, Ole Miss usually does a pretty good job at shutting that down with the amount of pass rush they're able to get, forcing the running back to be utilized as a blocker more often than not. But They have not done a good job of it this first drive. We'll see if they can make an adjustment as they're going to hand it off to him. Washington's got a gap. Does he get the first down? No, he's not. It's going to be 3rd and inches. And now if you're the Ole Miss defense, what do you draw up here to try to get the Ducks off the field?
I think you kind of know what's coming in this situation. 3rd and inches, you need a first down. I think everyone will expect it. Let's see if Ole Miss can try and stop it. 3rd and inches.
Let me see as Gabriel's lined up under center. I formation behind him. They're going to motion James out wide. Gabriel going to sneak it. Does he get the first down? Barely. They're going to give the spot to him. As I'll throw this over to Masopes, who's kind of a defensive guru here as of late. What kind of defensive adjustments does Ole Miss need to make here on this first drive?
Yeah, just so far here is Gabriel. It's going to be a fake Jones jet sweep up the middle, just a 9-yard gain. It's those kind of runs right there, Hill State from Noah Whittington and any other running back in this Oregon offense. Those 4, 5, 6, and right there 9-yard carries. The run game is going to dominate this Ole Miss defense. If they don't do something to stop it, you got to start loading the box, send in more guys.
Yeah, I agree. As James is going to get it down, goal to go, 1st and goal from the 7. As Oregon knocking on the door here early.
Obviously, we're not to that point yet, but if it gets to the 4th down and we have not got into the end zone, I think the analytics are saying early that you take your 3 and see what Ole Miss can do on defense or offense. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just have to disagree with you. I think right here you need to be aggressive in the national championship. Ole Miss is a very high-powered offense. Gabriel, he snaps it. It's going to be option to the left. He sends it out, and he's not going to get there.
Prinsley does a good job to sniff that one out, not to bite on the option. So that's a touchdown-saving tackle. But yeah, I would tend to agree with actually Mason here. I think that worst-case scenario, you go for it, and then you don't get it, you pin them deep. I think that honestly, you try to set the tone here.
Yeah, and you know this is still the first drive of the game. You know, it's kind of like a freebie right there. You still got plenty of opportunity to get many stops in this game if you don't get it.
You see, motion to the backfield. The sweep going nowhere. Did a good job to snuff that one out. That's Corey Coleman. I've called a lot of Ole Miss games this year, and one thing about Coleman is he's got a very good play recognition rating, so he's able to sniff that one out. And now it's 3rd and goal from the 10.
And then now I think you have to definitely throw this ball in the air just to see if you can make a play. Even if to get it, if you guys think he should go for it, I think you got to get at least 6 yards to consider it. Anything more, I think you definitely take your 3.
There's Gabriel dropping back to throw. He's looking. He doesn't have anybody, and there's the Ole Miss defensive line. Suntrain Perkins with the sack, the sophomore out of Mississippi, and on comes the Ducks field goal unit. And this kick is up, and it will get in. So Oregon on the board first, but good job, good recovery by the Rebels there to only give them 3. We'll see what Jackson Dart can do.
One thing to point out, if you look at the bottom of our screen, says Jackson, of course. Look how much time Oregon took in the first quarter. There's 6 minutes in this quarter. There's only 58 seconds. So for someone who will not get the ball back at halftime, I think Oregon did a perfect job at taking up all the clock and getting points on the board.
Here it comes. We knew it was going to be a part of the game plan somehow. The Maryland heavy with Pegues. Pegues gets about 5 on the first handoff, but we saw it. We've seen this also come out of Georgia's playbook a lot this year. I'll let Masopes comment on it further. The Maryland heavy eye formation. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't disagree with this call at all, right? You can get back to your roots in football. If they can't stop the run, then why ever stop running it? There's no need to. I really like this formation, and, you know, when you get 5 yards of play, it's great, but when you get 2 yards of play like that, it's not so great. So I think we're going to see the Ole Miss offense kind of spread out here, but you always have that formation in your back pocket to get you 4, 5, 6 yards.
Yeah, I think Mayhem did what Connor McCord and the Vols didn't do, and it ultimately cost them. Gave up a lot of yards through the ground. As Bentley, can he break the tackle? No, he can't. 4th and 4.
Decisions.
As that will end the first quarter. But before we go down to the sideline, I do want to say that McCord didn't come out of the line of goal line to counteract that formation. Mayhem coming on the first 2 plays, that shows he knows how to stop that formation, and we shall see if that affects the game plan. But Jake, talk to me down on the sideline. What are you feeling? What's the vibes right now?
It is electric down here. I mean, this has been a rocking game so far. The crowd is amazing. I mean, this game, it's all about who's coming home with the national championship. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
4th and 4. The Ole Miss offense is on the field. They're going to snap it. They're going to go for this here. He's going to this one, and it's intercepted. Great read by the linebacker there, as that is a costly mistake for Ole Miss. You give the ball back to the Ducks deep in your own territory. And Joker, we talked about it in the pregame, making the mistakes, being risky. Is that going to catch up to him here today?
Yeah, and I feel like if you're Oregon, obviously I think you need a touchdown in this situation. Obviously, you can you take your 3 if it's possible, but Ole Miss will still be back in this game because they can still take the lead with a touchdown.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this game is by no shades over if Oregon scores a touchdown, but I think they might right here. Washington using the speed, breaking to the corner, touchdown Oregon. What a run from Washington, and they're an extra point away from going up 10-0. Whittington, yes, I noticed that. My apologies. Whittington gets in the end zone, and Oregon's up 10-0. So, Mason, how do you get back in this game?
I mean, you got plenty of time right here. You know, you got the ball. Maybe try to have a long drive here. You know you're getting the ball back at halftime, but I saw some panic right there on that last drive on that 4th and 4. There was a lot of more time than what he had. Just tries to force a ball in there. I mean, I don't know what kind of decisions Jackson Dart is making back there, but he's made better ones in the past, and he needs to get on that if they want to continue.
Well, you most certainly aren't going to win by putting up a goose egg in the score column, so they got to get something going here. As they do show up a geese in the back as a fullback, Bentley back as the running back. He will get the handoff. Bentley got some blocks. Bentley has open field. Ulysses Bentley going to take it across the 50. Now down to the 30. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Ulysses Bentley gets the Rebels on the board. That is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Ole Miss faithful, as the extra point will make it a 10-7 ball game. As we see, this kick is going to go into the end zone. Where they field it? No, they won't. So now, what is the consensus on the Oregon sideline? How do you try to kind of shut the door after it was blown wide open?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to try to go back down the field here, right here with Whittington again, up the middle. Just such a shifty player, able to get 11 yards right there on the carry. But, I mean, this is what you do. You know, if the defense can't stop them, Oregon has every bit of offensive power to get into some kind of shootout. And I like Oregon's chances in a shootout just about against any team on this game. So, I mean, that's what you have to rely on. That's what you have to rely on here.
I do as well. I think Oregon, one of the more potent offenses in the game, is Gabriel making some check to the line. Going to drop back in shotgun. Gabriel, as he throws, still delivers a strike and another first down. You got to find an answer as we see a pause for this Oregon offense.
It's going to be Ole Miss on the pause.
Maybe just making some adjustments. There's James on that last catch. So, Joker, we talked about it again. We keep referencing the reference made in the pregame show about taking risks. Will that decision not paying off cost them a national championship?
Yeah, I think just being realistic about the risk as well. Obviously, not doing anything outlandish. I think I like Jackson's call to go for it. Obviously, just didn't convert, but I feel like the I formation on defense, if you're going to run that goal line, it's kind of boom or bust. Exactly what you saw. Oh, he breaks a tackle.
Ooh.
3rd and 1. But yeah, as we saw, it's kind of boom or bust if you're on defense. If you get the stop, you get the stop. But if you don't, it's a house call touchdown.
Yeah. And that was Evan Stewart on the reception, the Texas A&M transfer getting involved. 3rd and 1, they're going to go with a little inside zone, and Jackson runs that play a lot, so he definitely knows how to stop it. So it is 4th and 2, and now a decision for Oregon coming.
Definitely think you stay on this field, especially considering Ole Miss gets the ball at halftime. You definitely stay on this field. I like this call to get a little bit aggressive. Ole Miss got aggressive in the first time. It's now your turn.
Yeah, I think this is a good spot to go for it. Truth be told, on the Ole Miss 39 is Gabriel. Got a wide spread formation. And QB draw, no one in the box, and first down, Oregon. That was a beautiful play call by the coach of the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, and you had to expect a run there when he really spread that offense wide like the Tennessee user does. But
Ole Miss knocking
down
off.
to stay on the field.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but Ole Miss knocking off Tennessee in miraculous fashion in the comeback to get to this game. So they definitely know how to stop a spread offense.
That's a really, really good tackle by Trey Washington in the backfield. All user right there, minding the gap. That's what you need from Ole Miss. And one guy that I haven't seen much get a lot of action, I forget the name, forgive me, but number 2 right there on the Ole Miss defensive line, he tore up the Georgia offensive line, and we haven't really seen him do much this game. He's really got to get involved. But as the game goes on, this Ole Miss defense will get stronger.
Yeah, that would be Walter Nolan, the big junior, and also another Texas A&M transfer. As we will hit the 2-minute warning here with the score 10-7. As we take a look at the passing touchdown leaders in the country, Carson Beck in a tie with McLeod from Texas State. Gabriel up there at number 4 with 45 on the season. So this quarterback knows how to air it out and put the ball in the end zone for 6. As we see 2nd and 11, he's got Whittington to his right in the backfield. Receivers bunched up. He's going to go to him. Whittington tries to break a tackle, cannot, and he's going to be stopped. It's going to be 3rd and 5, and we see some hurry up out of the Ducks as we see some switching on the defense. Looking to the sideline. Here we go. Gabriel, shotgun formation once again. Looking across, surveying the defense, trying to find a weakness, trying to find the area of the field that's not covered. Ole Miss has 3 down linemen up front. They got a pass rusher out right. Looks like a pass rusher. You're going to drop back in coverage. There goes the Ole Miss front. And that is Princely in on the stop. I call him Princely because if someone in the comments knows how to say that boy's last name, please let me know. But the Oregon field goal team will come out. And this kick is up, and it creeps in. Doinks off the left, but nevertheless, it is 13-7. Oregon extends their lead.
Yeah, and that's what you wanted, right? You were okay with at least getting 3. Now you have to get a stop. If you're Ole Miss, you have all 3 timeouts in your pockets. You have plenty of time, and you just want to make the right plays. Take all of this time up. If you're Oregon, you want to stop, try and get 3 and out, and make Jackson have to make a big play on 4th down. See what he does.
As we see some more Maryland formation here. Bentley, can he get outside? That was a touchdown-saving tackle by Cam Alexander, the corner out of Texas.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised Oregon did not call a timeout. I definitely would have called a timeout to kind of stop a loss of 20 seconds to try and get this ball back.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's trying to. Well, he might have forgotten, and the commentator catches up with us once again. So 42 seconds, 3rd and 10. Ole Miss is in trouble if they don't get this converted as Bentley. Beside Dart, they're going to look to the sideline yet again. Some changes being made on both sides of the ball. Dart going to try to spread them out. Going to take the snap. Dart going deep. He's going to Trey. We've seen this before, and he drops it.
And now you definitely have to punt. You cannot be stupid. Cannot do a fake.
Yes.
You cannot
Yes.
this is not the type of game to be trying to have a little fun.
This is for the national championship.
It's the first one I've seen Ole Miss do in about
It's been a long time. We see Oregon, 2 timeouts left. Plenty of time to move down the field, try to get some more on the board. Dart dropping back to throw. The crosser is going to go down after going to 6.
Look at the
second and 4.
possession time. Sorry to cut you, but that is a big. That's basically the entire game. 9 minutes to what, about a minute or a minute and a half? That was.
I mean, I hate to sound like a broken record, but I think that's probably has a lot to do. And a bomb! Caught it! Touchdown, Oregon! And you just didn't want to see that if you're an Ole Miss fan. Evan Stewart making the grab at the goal line. He goes in. And the extra point to follow. It is up. It is good. Oregon leads 20-7 with 19 seconds left in the first half. As I think he saw what we saw, the corners for Ole Miss pressing up. We know how hard it is to run press coverage in this game, especially with the receiver like Evan Stewart out there. He will beat you in a foot race, and he just showed that to the whole world watching. As we will see if Ole Miss has an answer. 19 seconds. Trying to get some points on the board before half. Bentley going to get the handoff. Bentley going to be pulled down. And timeout for the Rebels.
I think if you're Ole Miss, you're looking for a deep shot down the field. Try and get that same one-on-one like Oregon got. Realistically, you would love, I think they're in prevent, you love 3 here, if possible.
Yeah, as our good buddy the Soaps once said, prevents you from winning. But it's going to work there as Trey's going to get the catch, but he won't get much more after that.
Probably 2 plays left. We'll see. I think if you can get towards midfield, even if you can take a Hail Mary, you do it.
Oh, going deep, and it's intercepted. And his time going to expire in the half.
He wants to get down.
1 second left in the half. So now...
You send one shot down the field, I feel like it's definitely worth an opportunity. You get a 50-50 ball, and it's 27-7. We'll see what Oregon does.
Has the chance to blow this game wide open here. They're going to line up in a Wildcat formation with Whittington taking the snap, it appears. You're going to send James in motion. It's going to be reversed. James has some opening. James past the 50. Can he break a tackle? He's going to get pulled down at the 44, and that will do it for the first half. Score, Mayhem 20, Jackson 7. We will go over to Jake on the sideline. How do you feel about Ole Miss's chances of getting back in this one?
I mean, they definitely do have a chance to get back into this one. I think the one thing that they definitely need to do is try to be able to work on not turning over the ball over and try not to make any mistakes whatsoever. So if Ole Miss wants to get back in this, they got to do something here.
Yeah, I agree. As no one in this party knows these Ole Miss Rebels as much as Miss Soap, so I'll go it over to you. What do you think was said in the locker room, and how do they get back in this game?
I mean, I'm going to just be honest with you. I don't think they're going to get back into this one. The Oregon offense has just looked too potent, and the Ole Miss offense just has not been able to get things going like they normally can. I think they've done a lot of things out of scheme, out of plan. As we see Jackson Dart going to try to improvise here. He's going to pick up some yards with his legs. He's going to gain about 20 there before he gets shoved out of bounds. But yeah, I think this one's over, man. I think this one might be done.
Calling the game before the second half really even gets underway is a dangerous strategy. But, I mean, I don't disagree with his analysis there. I said pregame, one of the keys is going to be, can the Oregon O-line stop the Ole Miss front seven? And I believe besides a couple of instances where Nolan's gotten through to the running back, they've done a really good job of keeping Nolan and Princely in contain as the Oregon front does stuff that way. No pass interference unless it's 5 beyond the line of scrimmage.
I think that was the same play we talked about earlier. It was a halfback screen versus a blitz, and that's just is never the recipe if you're on offense. To me, we're in fourth down territory. I think he's going to go for it either way.
He's going to run it again. Oh, he gets stopped short on 4th and inches. Let's see what he comes out in. I think I have a good guess. No.
A good guess, too.
We're going to see maybe a different look here as Oregon's going to have to adjust as Dart's going to take this from shotgun on 4th and inches. He's going to make an edit. Dart. Going to send a man in motion. He is throwing this football, and it was almost intercepted by Jabbar Muhammad, and that is a deadly strike for this Oregon defense to get them off the field on 4th and inches.
I just think you got to take the QB sneak there. Mayhem did it earlier in the game and got away with it, and I just think you got to do that. I don't, especially after he pulled the defenders out of that on the defense. I think
once he. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I just think a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, I agree. As I was about to say, yes. When he pulled all the defenders back there, I thought that for sure he was just going to hand it off to Bentley, but he sent him in motion. As now Oregon, we know they like to work this clock, and there might quite possibly not be a team that you want to be playing from behind against in this scenario than the Oregon Ducks, as they like to chew that clock, but that's going to be 5 yards the wrong way. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and if you're Ole Miss, this is your stop where you have to get the ball back without Oregon scoring. If they get 3, then it's 3 for no, it'll still be a 2-possession game, but then you need 2 touchdowns plus 2-point conversions.
Yeah, the handoff there can be brought down 3rd and 10. Now you need to get off this field if you're Ole Miss and the defense. So we see the total yardage. Ole Miss only has 13 yards through the air. That's just something you don't want to see with all the weapons on the offensive side of the ball for the Rebels. As Gabriel going to drop back, he's got the crosser wide open. 1st down, Oregon. Just another gut punch after gut punch for this Ole Miss team. As Jackson maybe starts to get flashbacks to the national championship with DJ last year.
I did forget that this is his 2nd trip.
Yeah. So Gabriel going to get the sweet pitch. He's got room. There he goes. 1st down and more. Can they make an open field tackle down to the 12? And is this the nail in the coffin if they get in the end zone here?
Yeah, I think if they score a touchdown, I think there's significant doubt with, I think by time this drive is over, they'll be in the 4th quarter. Got to get a stop. Got to hold them to 3.
And that's just not going to happen. Touchdown, Oregon. As we did see Oregon put it on Hugh Clark, which who could blame them at this point? But that's going to increase the lead to 19, barring no extra points. And I believe that they will go for 2 to try to make it a 21-point game.
Well, either way, you're up 3 possessions. So I like this call to make it a 3-touchdown game.
Yeah, as they're going to send a man in motion. Gabriel going to sneak it. He's going to get in. 28-7 in favor of the Oregon Ducks, as you see the Duck riding high and mighty right now, as they are about a quarter and a minute 30 from getting their first national championship in program history.
Well, to counter everything, to counter the situation, we did see a similar situation last night. We turn our heads to the NFL. There was it was a 21-point game, and there was 21 unanswered. So, gotta give hope, and gotta get a big play.
And they're going for it right here with Harris, and it's intercepted. Underthrew it, and they're going to return this one all the way down to the 40. Hurdles a man. Dart's going to body slam him. Shades of the Big Show in WWE. But Dart throws a pick, and it's getting slimmer and slimmer. That being the chances of hope for this Ole Miss team.
And now, we're not in the fourth quarter yet, but definitely, run the football. Nothing you need to do pretty crazy, throwing it wise, in my opinion. You're in field goal range, so if you can get 3, you're okay with that. And
I think you're okay with however many the defense will give you at this point. Your goal is not even to score points at this point. It's to run that clock, as they're going to get the handoff, going to be pulled down 3rd and 12. Just every dog has their day, and it's looking more and more like this is not Ole Miss's day on the football field, as this might take us to the fourth quarter. Gabriel, will he snap it? Yes, he will. Dylan Gabriel scrambling around in the pocket, and he gets sacked. 4th and 11. That will take us to quarter number 4. I'll blow it down to Jake one last time. How many Ole Miss fans have you seen get out of the stadium?
Probably by, I think, 2 minutes left in the third. I mean, this has all been a very one-sided game. I see the Duck fans are going crazy. I see the Oregon Duck State doing crowd surfing. So, yeah.
We're playing this football.
Fans are very, very down right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
a beautiful punt. It barely sneaks past the goal line into the 20. So we haven't heard from the Soaps in a while. Talk to us about is there any chance for a Rebel comeback here?
Like I said when the second half started, there's just not one. Here we go. You get some yards here, but this is garbage time, right? Down by 21. You gotta score now. You gotta get another onside kick. You gotta get an onside kick again. I mean, I just don't see it happening, man.
Well, we know Jackson does like to get an onside kick when he's not supposed to. Is another throw and a first down. Ole Miss might be piecing together a little drive here. Not trying to go out not swinging, right? There's another throw to that same route, and I think Mayhem's just going to let him take that every time, because at the end of the day, that route is a big time waster, as they've already milked a minute off this clock just about. I think that the chat's reacting to this one as we see Dart take another snap in shotgun formation. Dart going to throw. He makes a good throw there to Trey, and they're going to get down to the 20. I think there'll be a lot of Big Ten commercials sent by Captain Dead Dad, even though he kind of sucks, as a false start is going to push the Rebels back 5. As Dart going to step back to throw. He's got the crosser to Bentley. Bentley going to try to get out of bounds, and he does. As Dart gonna step back. Going for a dangerous pass. But at this point, those just the risk you've got to take.
Remember, the things you want more, they just cost a little bit more. And
Indeed.
we're going for it on 4th down regardless if he
Well, Bentley's going to get the first. Well, I'd like to think of a quote from a wise scholar. I'm not sure who said it first, but, you know, when the chips are pushed to the center of the table, how you react defines a legacy. The chips are definitely at the center of the table for the Oregon Ducks. As Dart going to hurry up and snap the ball again. Bentley going to get in. He almost dove a little too soon. But Bentley on his second touchdown of the game. So Ole Miss tightens the lead a little bit, or shortens it rather. Extra point is up. Extra point is good. 28-14, your new score. As I think that we might see, yep, the onside. Oregon wasn't ready for it. And they have to burn a timeout there.
I think after he called a timeout, I would have punted it deep because he had no one back there. But here we go.
And the kick. Does he get on it? Oh, he didn't go 10
yards.
Oh, my goodness. That would have opened the chance for a comeback. But the ball does not get kicked with enough power, and it is Oregon football at the 46-yard line of the Rebels. So now, how soon do you start burning through your timeouts? Because you know the clock will be milked. As they're going to get a flag here for a delay of game. They'll push them back to their side of the field. No, they're not. Yeah, I think that if you're Oregon, you just try to pound this ball down their throat 3 times. Worst case scenario, you punt the ball back to them with like a minute left.
Or take a deep shot.
Why not? As Nolan gets the penetration that we've been waiting to see all day. Nolan's second tackle for a loss.
Here's your opportunity.
2nd and 19. So, if he wants an opportunity to get back in this game, it's got to be now. As Dylan Gabriel
manageable.
Gonna milk some time off the clock. Gabriel gonna send a man in motion. Gabriel just gonna hand it off. Nolan's there again. So now it is 3rd and 23.
You have to throw this football.
You have to throw it.
You have to.
I mean, yeah. We shall see. As with 6 seconds left on the play clock, Gabriel going to take a snap. Gabriel looking. He's going to scramble. Can they make an open field tackle? Yes, they can. So back to where they started on the 49. As punt formation is out for the Ducks. We shall see. The comeback is, I mean, it's mathematically possible. As he will have to punt this ball before the 2-minute warning.
And if you're Oregon, you were happy. You could have easily got that ball popped out. So you just got to be a little bit more aware of that to where you don't get a fumble as well. This ball's gonna go.
Snap is good. Punt is off, and it will go out of bounds deep in Ole Miss territory. As 2-minute warning is upon us, and they will get the ball at the 20. So you have to go quick. You have to score lightning fast as Oregon's defense going to step back. No deep shots is the message. Dart, another route like that to Perkins. Perkins got some space. Perkins gets a big... That's Wells, my bad. I don't know what I'm talking about.
And realistically, you want to score with probably more than a minute left to have enough time to get a timeout if possible. Wide open.
Wide open, okay. Antoine Wells Jr. once again coming up big for the Rebels here. Clock still ticking. Getting closer to a minute and a half now. Dart. Wells is open again to the 19. So this is not over. If they can get in this end zone here, Dart takes another stop. Dart
Oh,
sacked.
yeah, one in the end zone.
Oh, that's not what you wanted to see. As I know that everyone hates it when we do this, but there were receivers open downfield. But nevertheless, Dart. Another snap. He's got him down to the 5 or the 6 rather.
Oh,
So, I
he
mean,
was rolling.
but you do have to remember, passing the ball gets a lot harder near the goal line as we're getting just under a minute left. Dart, gotta snap this football. Dart, going for Hickinson and he drops it. Oh my goodness, his kid in the stands has to be sick at his stomach. Oh man, that was a touchdown to force the onside, and he can't hang on. Now we shall see. Dart going to get it to Bentley, touchdown anyway. But that doesn't. I mean, that saves about 5 or 6 seconds for Oregon.
Does he go for 2? I think he's considering it.
I don't think so. I
think he's considering it. Oh, he's going to take the PAT.
Take the extra point. As this game is not over, even if he doesn't get this, he has 3 timeouts. He just got to get a stop. And I don't trust his ability to get a stop after seeing the Oregon offense.
Oh.
He is going to go for the onside. Caden Davis, they got one in the semis. Can they get one here again? Davis, ball bounces a little too deep. Evan Stewart has it. So with 50 seconds left, ball is at the 47. It comes down to the Ole Miss defense, the thing that has won them so many games all year, is going to have to win them the game here again.
And remember, you get that Skyfall music going. I feel like the pressure's on Oregon to get a first down.
Yep, as Nolan doing a great job. He's come alive in these last 2 drives. Just eating the Oregon center up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner on that play. So, I do think the pressure is on Oregon. He's starting to feel it a little bit as he's going to send Johnson in motion. Going to take it. He's got the completion. Can Ole Miss make an open field tackle? Oh, it's ball game. He fights forward, and that will do it. Ladies and gentlemen, your national champion is going to be the Oregon Ducks. Oh, man. Of the Hennessy Performance League Season 2. Just a sight that I'm sure not a lot of you wanted to see, but it's a sight regardless. The Oregon Ducks on our screen sprinting around in their yellow. Oh man, Jackson with back-to-back national championship losses. As I'm going to go ahead, and I'm already getting ats from Captain Dead Dad. Daggum, he sucks. Get a life. We're going to go to post-game interviews with Mayhem, the winning coach, as he caresses that national championship trophy. Mayhem, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I know you're happy about this win, the national championship. You know, you had the early setback at Tennessee, and a lot of people said you took advantage of a weaker Big Ten, a weaker side of the bracket. But you showed up when it counted, knocking off the SEC champion. Talk to me about the feelings that's going through your mind right now.
Yeah, a lot of people got a lot of things to say, but only one of us is holding the trophy, and it's certainly not anybody who was talking all week. So I just don't want to hear it. I mean, it is what it is. Like, you want to mock my disability? Watch my disability to win this championship.
Disability to win the championship. All right. Does anyone else have any questions for Mayhem?
I got one. Mayhem. A lot of people doubted you early on in the season after the loss against Tennessee. They said you had a Mickey schedule, and when the playoffs started, like you said, things got personal. I just want to clarify. I for one, was not one of those people. Just want to get that there. Clarified that with the admin chat earlier and everything. That is not something I approve of whatsoever. Anyways. You overcame the adversity. Everybody really didn't have you anywhere near the national championship except for me. I had you playing me in the national championship. Ole Miss straight by, and you got the job done. what do you have to do to go and do it again next season? Is Gabriel gone? Like what's the thought process on how we can repeat this?
I mean, there's going to be some turnover for sure, but I mean, if you want to win a national championship in the transfer portal, there's only one place to go. So I'm sure we'll rebuild, and we'll be back. Everyone wants to say it's the team, but there's someone on the sticks.
Very well said, Joker.
Yeah. Congrats on the championship, rocking with the Big Ten. What type of, we'll look to next season, obviously, since we've had 2 questions about this season. Who are we looking forward to in a possible matchup for season 2?
We'll have to see. Hopefully the scheduling gurus don't give me 8 straight road games, and I can get more than 4 home games would be nice. But that's not up to me. That's up to other people. So hopefully we'll get that all straightened out.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I've got to say, as despite any feelings that anyone has about this national champion, the Mississippi State fan in me is very happy right now. But regardless of that, congratulations to Oregon and Coach Mayhem on winning the national championship. So, Jackson, do you got a copy?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You fall short again, this time by measly 7. I mean, you put up a good fight to come back there in the fourth quarter. It's just not enough. Talk to me about how you rebuild in the offseason, or rather reload, and you get back here again next year.
Yeah, we got a 5-star elite dev quarterback coming next year. Got some nice new pieces coming, so I'm not worried.
I heard his name is Michael Boger. Can we get a confirmation on that?
His name is Michael Boger. That is my 5-star's name. But
consequences.
Yeah, we made it with Syracuse. We made it with Ole Miss. I'm excited to announce that Coach is leaving Ole Miss University.
Hang on. What?
I'm trolling. We're winning next year.
I was about to say, I don't know why you would do that, but it's just...
Michael Boger will win us the championship.
Oh, man. I was disappointed. My bye week at the end of the season was going to go away. Any other questions for the for the Ole Miss head coach?
Bye week? It's my bye week, buddy.
Jake, maybe? Lucia, somewhere out there, maybe?
Nope.
I'm sorry, I'm just here, Jenkins.
Oh, here we go.
Wonderful.
You have the floor.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, I was fine giving up 10 yards. I didn't think he was going to kind of roll me over didn't think he was going to roll me over offensively so easily. So, I would just keep it in front. But I tried to bait him a couple of times, and he beat me on that one. So, all good.
Mm. Yeah. All right. Well,
I have a question for the Oregon coach.
Okay. The floor is yours.
What's your thoughts on coming down to Ole Miss week 0?
I think my non-conference schedule might be full, but I'll take a look and I'll pass that to my assistant and see what she can do with it.
All right.
Yeah. I know one that a certain coach down in Starkville is going to circle now that this game is passed. But we will, I guess if no one has any more questions, we will wrap the stream up. This has been a fun season. It's been a long season, ending with an Oregon national championship. But the off season will start here shortly. So everybody get on the game, get your recruits, because if you're not in living rooms doing the whip and nay like Nick Saban, you're not doing it right. For Joker, Masopes, Lucia, Jake,
Mark.
and Lemons, I am Hell State, and we will see you guys very soon.